Good morning and welcome to the University of Toledo's 2025 Fall Commencement. Leading today's processional is our Grand Marshal, Dr. Daniel Bowden, Associate Professor of Political Science and Public Administration and Chair of the Graduate Council, followed by the University President, members of the University of Toledo Board of Trustees, and university leadership. We will begin our ceremony with the presentation of the flag of the United States. This will be led by the University of Toledo's Army ROTC Color Guard and Pershing Rifles Troop. The presentation of the flag will be followed by the processional. Please rise.
Please be seated. Good morning, Rockets. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate our graduates. I'm James Holloway, president of the University of Toledo. Today's commencement ceremony marks the completion of a milestone achieved through determination, discipline, and development. This is your moment, graduates. Congratulations. On behalf of all of us in Rocket Nation, I want to thank you for choosing the University of Toledo to prepare you for your success. I'm confident that your time on campus has prepared you well to pursue your own professional aspirations. We are honored to share this celebration with you and your loved ones today. At this time, I invite everyone to please rise and join me in opening our ceremony with the singing of the national anthem, led by Sarah Porter, a senior from Erie, Michigan, and majoring in vocal music performance. Members of the University of Toledo's ROTC Color Guard and Pershing Rifles Troop will now present the colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. I'm thrilled to be participating in my first commencement ceremony at the University of Toledo as your president. I've often said that we are not just a university in Toledo, but rather we are the university for Toledo, where the work we do to advance discovery, educate leaders, care for patients, and uplift students has a positive impact on our whole community. The mission of our university is inseparable from the future of this city and this region. Similarly, as new alums, you have an unbreakable bond with your alma mater. We are forever tied. And so, today is not an ending. It is a new beginning. It is the beginning of the next phase of your journey in life, the beginning of your next stage of contributing to society. All of us here at the University of Toledo are proud of your accomplishments and excited to celebrate your graduation today, but even more eager to see what all of you do next. For us at UToledo, your future success is what we have striven to support. Your ability to pursue your own professional aspirations now that you are graduating is the goal on which we have ever been focused. You are ready for that next step. During your time at UToledo, you've had the benefit of learning in an environment where discovery is always new, where knowledge is constantly being created. Throughout your years as a Rocket, you have asked questions, you have wrestled with new ideas, you have sought opportunities for intellectual growth and pursued your own path. Your UToledo experience has shaped you, and you are ready to meet the future on your own terms. I hope you will carry 3 commitments into your future. First, believe in yourself. You have arrived here with promise, and you are leaving with purpose. Be proud of what you have built and take your future steps with confidence. Know with certainty that your own ideas have value. Next, take action in the world. Whether launching a career, continuing your studies, starting a business, or charting other new adventures, you have developed here the skills and resourcefulness and the rocket spirit you need for success. Don't be a passive recipient of the world's experiences, but go out and make things happen. Finally, lead for impact. Rockets are about community and contribution. The world needs your curiosity, your compassion, and your willingness to take risks and make real what others might resist. Be that person who is willing to be great, even when good might be enough. My commitment to you is that your alma mater will continue our momentum, not just maintaining, but growing our reputation, and so enhancing the value of your UToledo degree. Through our Advantage Toledo initiative, we will distinguish UToledo as a leader in providing all students with professional learning experiences. Through our Innovate Toledo initiative, we will grow our research impact, inspired by the opportunities and challenges of our region, and strengthen its economic impact. And through our Healthy Toledo initiative, we will support the health and well-being of Northwest Ohio. These efforts will attract more students to our university who will follow in your footsteps. We will prepare them as well for lives of success and contribution. These efforts will expand mankind's store of knowledge, and they will help to improve the health and well-being of our community. As we build on the many accomplishments of UToledo, we bring honor to our city and to our alumni. We enhance the value of your degree and the return on your investment. As a member of a network of more than 174,000 alumni, you have a strong support system around the world that will continue to help you long after graduation day. You are forever part of Rocket Nation. Go forward with optimism. This institution celebrates proud, determined, accomplished, and curious alumni. Embrace your power to do more for our community and for our world. Okay, enough about you. Your hard work and determination made this day happen, but you didn't do it alone. Your faculty advisors, your mentors, they played an important role in supporting your accomplishments. Our university staff have built and maintained the environment in which you lived and worked. Your family, friends, and other loved ones were there celebrating your victories along the way. Many of these supporters helped you not just celebrate the good days, but to lift you up when things were hard. They have all played a critical role in helping you achieve your dreams. Join me in recognizing all those people who are in your corner helping to get you to this graduation day. We are proud of all that you have already done and what you have yet to achieve. I can't wait to see what you'll do next. It is now my honor and privilege to recognize the distinguished individuals who have joined us here today to celebrate this occasion. I would like to begin by expressing my gratitude to the members of the University of Toledo Board of Trustees, both those present with us today and those who work tirelessly throughout the year to support our university. I would also like to acknowledge our provost, vice presidents, deans, and other key university leaders. In the interest of time, I invite all of our university leaders to please stand together and be recognized. I now call upon Dr. Mitchell McKinney, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, to present our degree candidates.
President Holloway, members of the Board of Trustees, and distinguished guests, parents, relatives, and friends of our graduates, it's my honor to present our candidates for degrees. Today we present 107 candidates for doctoral degrees. And I call upon Dr. Scott Molitor, Senior Vice Provost for Academic Affairs and Graduate Affairs, to present the candidates for doctoral degrees.
Will the candidates for doctoral degrees from the John B. and Lillian E. Neff College of Business and Innovation, the College of Health and Human Services, the College of Medicine and Life Sciences, the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, and the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences please rise? President Holloway, I am honored to present these candidates for doctoral degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates.
Now, upon the recommendation of the faculty and the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the trustees of the University of Toledo, I do confer upon these qualified candidates, including those in absentia, the degrees for which they have met the requirements. You are charged with the duties and responsibilities of those degrees and granted the privileges and prerogatives appertaining thereto. The faculty and the Board of Trustees join me in extending congratulations to you and noting the indivisible link between you and the University of Toledo. Welcome to our alumni family. You are forever a rocket. Please be seated.
At this time, we invite the marshals to escort the graduates, accompanied by their advisors, to the lower stage on my right to receive congratulatory recognition.
Doctoral candidates. Olutayo Nathaniel Farindi, hooded by Dr. Michael Young. Adedapo Oleide Olosunde, hooded by Dr. Shicha Hu. Chloe Oleyinka Sebillo. Umesha Subhani Kumbalathara Arakchigi. Babatunde Samuel Obadawo, hooded by Dr. Stephen Suchek. Deepti Gurum, hooded by Dr. Candace Williams. Sachin Aryal, hooded by Dr. Beena Joe. Ishan Manandar, hooded by Dr. Beena Joe. Keisha Keyur Dalal, hooded by Dr. Charles Thaddetti. Jocelyn M. Woodruff, hooded by Dr. Mary Peters. Ohunama Anita Agwebor, hooded by Dr. Heidi Schenk. Jody Kristen McLean, hooded by Dr. Susan Batten.
Jose Moreno Lopez, hooded by Dr. Zahur Shah.
Sabrina Jaffe, hooded by Dr. Song Chian. Prashun Acharya, hooded by Dr. Scott William Crawley. Abdul Kader, hooded by Dr. Michael Hebben. Kylie Nicole Fulton, hooded by Dr. Zachary Fulton. Olivia Grace Baker, hooded by Dr. Cameron Thulin. Rukaya Hussein Al-Kafaji, hooded by Dr. Mariam Al-Suwaidi. Annie Marie Sayoto, hooded by Dr. Florentino Arwin Sayoto. Tia Stathakios, hooded by Dr. James Stathakios. Megan Kolai Hartzog, hooded by Dr. Joseph Dake. Madeline Stuber, hooded by Dr. Amy Both. Serena May Germain, hooded by Dr. Amy Both. Spencer Thomas Wood, hooded by Dr. Tori Smith. Jonathan George Serrar, hooded by Dr. Tori Smith. Abigail Michaela Alatsis, hooded by Dr. Tori Smith. Amanda Grace Nichols, hooded by Dr. Tori Smith. Emily Claire Sloan, hooded by Dr. Tori Smith. Elizabeth Nicole Farmer, hooded by Dr. Tori Smith. Marcella Maria Clark, hooded by Dr. Tori Smith. Gabriel Charles Heilman, hooded by Dr. Amanda Murray. Holly Noel Galvin, hooded by Dr. Jeremy Orm. Joshua Michael Young, hooded by Dr. Lindsay Frisenko. Katie Joyce Ann Cole, hooded by Dr. Abraham Lee. Cole Joseph Shepard, hooded by Dr. Joseph Krug. Mitchell Paul Burning, hooded by Dr. Joseph Krug. Lauren Rose Salenbine, hooded by Dr. Joseph Crew. Caitlin Marie Grubbs, hooded by Dr. Joseph Crew. Hannah Zofia Wenger, hooded by Dr. Joseph Crew. Brooke Scherer, hooded by Dr. Joseph Krug. Erin Elizabeth Schlachter, hooded by Dr. Joseph Crew. Grace Caroline Bernard, hooded by Dr. Doug Koop. Anna Kathleen Thomas Dull, hooded by Dr. Lucinda Bouillon. Renee Nicole Stack, hooded by Dr. Susan M. Long. Claire Loretta Sunderman, hooded by Dr. Wissam Abua Laiwi. Samaye Kubafarin, hooded by Dr. Aniruddha Ray.
Twenty 28 of our undergraduate candidates have completed the requirements for fulfillment of their baccalaureate study through our university's Jessup Scott Honors College. They are wearing the medallions attached to gold ribbons to commemorate high achievement in the rigorous honors curricula at the University of Toledo. Degree candidates who have earned an honors medallion from the Jessup Scott Honors College, please rise to be recognized for your outstanding accomplishments. Please be seated. A number of our graduating candidates today are also wearing blue and gold twisted honors cords. These candidates are graduating baccalaureates with highest distinction, or summa cum laude. To qualify, these students had to earn a cumulative grade point average of 3.9 or higher for all college work. these candidates please stand? Please be seated. Candidates wearing blue cords are graduating baccalaureates with great distinction or magna cum laude. To qualify, these candidates had to earn a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.6 for all college work. Will these candidates please stand? Please be seated. Candidates wearing gold cords are graduating baccalaureates with distinction or cum laude. To qualify, these students had to earn a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.3 for all college work. Would these candidates please stand? Please be seated. Candidates wearing white cords are graduating associates with high scholarship. To qualify, these students had to earn a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.3 for all college work at the associate level. Would these candidates please stand? Thank you. Now, please join me in applause to acknowledge the scholastic achievement of all of our students. On behalf of the University of Toledo community and the Student Veterans of America, University of Toledo chapter, it is my privilege and honor to recognize those graduates adorned with red, white, and blue military honors cord. These courageous men and women have served or are currently serving in the United States Armed Forces. We thank you for your distinguished service and your sacrifice for our country. Please stand and be recognized. Please be seated. We now recognize the candidates for the educational specialist, master's, graduate certificate, and undergraduate degrees. Today we celebrate 13 candidates for the educational specialist degree, 288 candidates for master's degrees, and 25 candidates for graduate certificates. Among our undergraduate candidates, 931 are completing baccalaureate degrees and 20 are completing associate degrees. I now call upon Dean Barb Ritter to present the candidates from the John B. and Lillian E. Neff College of Business and Innovation.
Will all candidates for master's degrees, graduate certificates, baccalaureate degrees, and associate's degrees from the John B. and Lillian E. Neff College of Business and Innovation please rise? President Holloway, as Dean of the John B. and Lillian E. Neff College of Business and Innovation, I am honored to present these candidates for their respective degrees. Please join me in recognizing them. Please be seated. I now call upon Dean Mark Merrick to present the candidates from the College of Health and Human Services.
Will all candidates for the educational specialist degree, master's degrees, graduate certificates, and baccalaureate degrees from the College of Health and Human Services please rise? President Holloway, as Dean of the College of Health and Human Services, I am honored to present these candidates for their respective degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates. Please be seated. I now call upon Dean Imran Ali to present the candidates from the College of Medicine and Life Sciences.
Will all the candidates for master's degree and graduate certificates from the College of Medicine and Life Sciences please rise? Please, President Holloway, as Dean of the College of Medicine and Life Sciences, I'm pleased to present these candidates for the master's degree and graduate certificate. Please join me in recognizing these candidates. Please be seated. I now call upon Dean Marcus Seeger to present the candidates from the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics.
Will all candidates for master's and baccalaureate degrees from the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics please rise? President Holloway, as Dean of the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, I am pleased to present the candidates for their respective degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates. Please be seated. I now call upon Dean Pamela Heaton to present the candidates from the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences.
Will all the candidates for master's degrees, graduate certificates, and baccalaureate degrees from the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences please rise? President Holloway, as Dean of the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, I am pleased to present these candidates for their respective degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates. Please be seated.
Now, will all candidates for educational specialist, master's, graduate certificate, baccalaureate, and associate degrees please rise? All candidates. All. President Holloway, I am pleased to present these candidates, each of whom has completed all requirements for their respective degrees.
It's just a rule. I can't confer a degree if you're not standing. Now, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the State of Ohio and the Board of Trustees of the University of Toledo, I do confer upon these qualified candidates, including those in absentia, the degrees for which they have met the requirements. You are charged with the duties and responsibilities of those degrees and granted the privileges and prerogatives appertaining thereto. And now, an important moment. I'm going to demonstrate. All baccalaureate and associate degree graduates may now move their tassels from the right of their mortar boards to the left. The faculty and the Board of Trustees join me in extending congratulations to you and noting the indivisible link between you and the University of Toledo. Welcome to our alumni family. You are forever a rocket. Please join me again in recognizing our graduates. Please be seated.
I would now like to introduce Ms. Lydia Ebersole, a member of the University of Toledo Board of Trustees, who will offer remarks.
On behalf of the University of Toledo Board of Trustees, I would like to congratulate today those graduates for successfully earning your college degree. Your journey to today's celebration required a lot of hard work and determination. We also hope you had a little bit of fun during your time at UToledo, cheering on the Rockets and making lifelong friends. As graduates of the University of Toledo, you are the leaders of tomorrow. We need your innovative approaches to solving problems, your determination to make a positive impact on your community, and your collaborative spirit. As you move forward as a UToledo graduate, please know that all of us, the Board of Trustees, the university leadership, faculty, staff, alumni, fellow students, and your neighbors in the Toledo community, we are all cheering for you and wishing you the very best. We are proud of your accomplishments to date and look forward to the successes that await you as alumni of the great University of Toledo. Congratulations, graduates.
At this time, we invite the marshals to escort the graduates forward for congratulatory recognition. Graduates from the Colleges of Medicine and Life Sciences, Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, and Health and Human Services will proceed in order to the west lower stage to my right. Graduates from the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics and the John B. and Lillian E. Neff College of Business and Innovation will proceed in order to the east lower stage to my left. After being greeted by their dean and the trustees, graduates are asked to return to their seats and be seated.
College of Medicine and Life Sciences, Mickey Cervelli. Naveen Shaheen. Chloe Nicole Preston. Jayla Marie Balbo. Claire Irene Quinlan. Catherine Mackenzie Spence. Nida Sheikh. Ramla Omar Fiki. Meghasri Yadam. Mukun Fopa Akomolede. Melanie Williams. Haley McGee. Alexa Ray Janak. Ryan Edward Zimmer. Charlene Marie Glisson. Alana Marie Kakish. Joseph Meyer. Juan Daniel Saldivar. Matthew David Warman. Mark Albert Alger. Danielle Lee Ann Chastang. Gavin D. Lewis. Rachel Suzanne Downs.
College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences.
Valeria Rivera Colon. Christine G. Moody. Carlene Marie Davis. Jillian Marie Gallagher. Janice Itohan Iyo Nawan. Giselle Evelyn Delatorre. Caitlin Rose Hodges. Mireya Rivas. Dharm Jigar Kumar Patel. College of Health and Human Services. Kayla Ann Rodriguez. Abigail Grace Duhame. Paige Mason Hammer. Emma K. Allegro. Mohammed Abu Rumaile. Yarith Adriana Morales. Amanda Marie Drew. Shelby Grace Wargo. Mackenzie Nicole McNeely. Catherine Elizabeth Behrens. Madison Maria Foss. Alyssa Jane Komotek. Nathaniel James Choisey. Nathan William Neidel. Kaya Eitzen. Aubrey Jean Rager. Megan Alexandria Wolf. Sheridan Capser. Maya P. Ewing. Olivia Ellen Gang. Taryn Jean Smart. Ian Tyler Hine. Haley Maria Grega. Nathaniel Owen Potter. Landon Joshua Preuser. Cassidy Marie Price. Amara Nicole Shepard. Kelly Ann Delaney. Robert Scarborough. Anastasia Rizzo. Mackenzie Renee Herod. Sierra Marie Jackson. Christy Warkall. Emma Ray Baker. Kayla J. Sears. Kelsey Grace Schmidt. Danae Lee Jean Karshuk, Libby Doree, Jacob Edward Snodgrass, Lady Kashaya Johnson, Doniette Briel Kegler,
Hunter Eugene Mitchell,
Kaylee Renee Logan, Kayla Starcher, Benjamin R. Shipley, Teresa Bradley, Jenna Elizabeth Hart, Samuel James Dominique, Brandon Motter, Sangeeta Hulal, Spencer Shea Schweiger, Devin Rose Gunch, Karen Dunn, Nicholas D. Houston,
Whitney Beecham,
College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, Paige Alexis Dufour, Lauren Nicole Mackinnon, Nishant Siva, Brian Daniel Holmes, Joel Aubry, Cameron Michael Dabney, Benjamin Walter Johnson, Emily Grace Nelson, Mason Jeffrey Hughes, Jaden Marie Cerencion, Taylor Klaber, Devin Jean Carmel, Valentina Ita, Elizabeth Somerset Anderson, Harshil Kothari, Sarah Duval, Faria Rahman, Obed Kweku Yali, Isaac A. Thazen, Glenn Michael Chambers, Madison Rose Heffelfinger, Chelsea K. McCord, Alexa Maria McMullen, Nigel D'Souza, Jonathan Lee Nixon, Ella Marie Ranley, Terica Rashay Moore, Autumn Johnson, Lauren Ann Teal, Greta Abigail Brown, Samir Tawil, Ahmed Syed Naqvi, Olivia G. Bojak, Eliza Nicole Geiger,
Brady Henderson,
Cesar Chidi Ezirim. Favor Adizi Ohizu. Aisha Khalid Minhas. Hia M. Patel. John B. and Lillian E. Neff, College of Business and Innovation. Seth Michael Pullins. Dondrea Hendricks. Kivani Dion Johnson. Megan Charette. Elizabeth Ann Mendoza. Jasneer Kaur. Ryan J. Lavrich. Brandon Michael Aponte. Jeremy Richard Archer. Spencer Michael Elfring. Zion R. Perkins. Caleb William Contact. Sean Corrigan Burkett. Pietro William Ianiro. Thomas John McGilvery. Brian Shanta McCoy. Benjamin Patrick Murphy. Hoing Than Tam Do. Ella Grace Hoffman. Jordan Mitchell. Hunter Michael Bradley Simmons. Hannah Michelle Hansen. Nathan Edward Ice. Martez Sanchez Pointer. Alexis Malia Woodley. Osita Victor Egwuatu.
Abayome Abraham Adesina.
Zachary Paul Webby Sutton. Brady Horman. Emma Renat. Cameron Aaron Price. Nolan Andrew Brookett. Keatin Bryn McNutt. Emily Irene Sanders. Morgan Lynn Moore. Mario Alonso Ramirez. Akayla Kiefer. Preston Charles Ullery. Mark Anthony Garcia. Anya H. Vaz. Ailian Arias Gutierrez. Mahesh Ranjit Biswas. Pooja Mohan. Shaktiashwar Karthikeyan. Favor Abimi Folua Adeagbo. China M. McClelland. Kayla Shasha Savory. Karalis Nader Hannon. Nicholas Brian Parent. Zachary A. Bachman.
Kaylee Lambert.
Aaron John Dickman. Samantha Jo Ogden, Kristen M. Hawkins, Taylor Marie Hill, Carissa Lynn Shepard, Adam Jeffrey Holler, Chotiera Kiana Chantel Bernard, Devin Christopher Lamar Ricardo, Brandy Joe Deblin,
Aya Crayam,
Justin A. Siebenek, Bryce Jeffrey Bailey, Dylan James Pauley, Miles Dean Lowe, Aiden Douglas McGue, Nina Schaefer, Megan Rupp, Troy Donald Sudbrook, Cadence Christie, Thomas Clay Zeros, Mo'in Kamal Awad, Anirudh Asok Kumar, Angelo Sejosh Povali Kunel, Jenna Caroline Stanley, Jillian Bell McVeigh, Alyssa Hirely, Devin Legendry, Pitar Eid, Summer Ora, Nolan Jack Thorne, Christian Michael Marchand, Clayton Michael Feehan, Logan Daniel Cameron, Deacon Petterson, Alexander Connor Schock, Nathan Logan Morris, Michael Carson Porvaznik, Owen C. Johnson, Maxwell Alexander Hallett Simansky, Nicholas Andrew Svensson, Andrew Michael Thomas, Haley Marie Musser, Austin James Cordonier, Nathan Joseph Mogg, Shalia J. Thomas, Kayla Ashanti Flowers, Nora Mae Stark, Leslie Randell Asmus, Allison Marie Herdigan, Alexander Holtz, Samuel Garrett Schaefer, Elise R. Robinson, Brooke Nicole Lamberson, William Benham, Callie Lane Ceres, Aaliyah Grace Smith, Caden Jerry Sanford, Jaden Elizabeth Carrick, Kalina Gaozong Xiong, Ahmad Joma, Jawad Jafar Ishbaini, Antoine Marquand Williams, Ileana Janae Jones, Carnisha Denise Myers, Ansam Latefuddin Khaja, Olivia Louise Moore, Olivia Hayward, Emujin Amar Jargal, Amit K. Bhandari, Adam Jacob Huebner, Nolan Benting, Trey Robert Materni, Marilyn Burrell, Jarrett Allen Grindle, McKenna Clover Elizabeth Wales, Bryn Rose McGarvey, John Guroom, Javeria Riaz, Soham Sachin Deshmukh, Anish Sandeep Gangawani, Hrithik Suresh Bhattadi,
I now invite Mr. William Pierce, Associate Vice President for Alumni Engagement and Annual Giving, to welcome our graduates into the distinguished ranks of the University of Toledo alumni community.
President Holloway, trustees, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, friends, families, and most importantly, graduates. Today, you join a powerful network of over 174,000 living alumni spanning 19 colleges and special interest affiliates and 28 chapters worldwide. On behalf of the University of Toledo Alumni Association, congratulations and welcome to our proud Rocket family. Your journey with UToledo doesn't end here. It's just beginning. To celebrate, you are receiving a complimentary one-year membership to the Alumni Association. This is your passport to lifelong connections, career opportunities, and a global community ready to support you. This year, our Rocket Senior Class Gift Campaign saw seniors give back to our beloved university, earning the purple philanthropy cord many of you wear today. Thank you for starting your Rocket legacy and making a difference for future Rockets. Special thank you to our alumni and marshals who return to campus often to give back. Graduates, I hope you will follow their lead, stay engaged, stay connected, and collaborate with us to enrich your life for years to come. Wherever you go, you'll find Rockets ready to welcome you. Your membership begins now. Welcome to the University of Toledo Alumni Association. TOL.
Welcome to the University of Toledo alumni family. As our newest graduates, we are counting on you to support UToledo's continued success as an ambassador for your alma mater. We are proud of our strong tradition of UToledo alumni lifting up the next generation of Rockets. Stay connected with us and help other students achieve their dreams. We also need you to show your Rocket pride wherever you go. You are an important part of UToledo's history and our future. You are proof of the life-changing impact of a UToledo education and what impact it can have on our graduates and future generations. As we conclude today's graduation ceremony, I want to again recognize the special people whose love, support, and sacrifice have ensured your presence today. To all these individuals in your cheering sections, I want to say thank you. Thank you for reaching out to your graduate to offer advice, for listening when they needed encouragement, for boosting their confidence when they doubted themselves, and for laughing with them to lighten their spirits. Graduates, please join me in another round of applause for these family members, friends, and loved ones, including those who could not be here with you today. Additionally, I want to thank the many UToledo staff members who worked to plan this commencement ceremony. Let's give a round of applause to everyone who made this a celebration to remember. And now, will all of our doctoral graduates who received degrees today please rise? Will all of our educational specialists, master's, and graduate certificate graduates who received degrees today please rise? Will all of our bachelor's and associate degree graduates who received degrees today please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Toledo class of 2025. As we conclude today's ceremony, we invite all graduates and alumni to please rise for the singing of our alma mater, led by Sarah Porter. Those wearing academic regalia should remain standing for the recessional. All others are asked to be seated following the alma mater until the graduates have exited. Thank you.
Shadows, voices now raising to Alma Mater, golden and blue. Fair Toledo, praise to thee, portal of learning ever be. Hallowed halls we shall revere, vow to keep thy memory dear.